Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having an amazing day. Guys, in this video, I want to talk about an account takeover. This is actually the first one I did for the Chimera clan boss. This player asked me if I could, build his team and run his scheme. And I'll show you exactly what I did, why I did it, and how I did it. But before we go deeper into the video, make sure to check out Aptoide. Aptoide is one of the best platforms for spenders. You can get up to 25% cash back. You will start with 5%. You can also use my personal promo code, which is SNACKCLOUD, which will give you an additional 5%. So theoretically, you start at 10%, and the more you spend, you unlock higher tiers and you get more cash back. And for every purchase you do, you will get app coins, which you can reinvest in future purchases once you reach the amount of app coins you need for a specific offer. And yeah, it's pretty amazing. Also, you don't have to download anything, no installation needed. You can use it through the cloud service, which is fairly new. It's a little bit laggy, but it's worth it in the end. And yeah, feel free to check it out. It's in the description below. And now let's get back to the video. So as I said, this person right here asked me to do an account takeover. And let's take a look at this account. So this account has some really, really good champions, especially mythicals. Two of the best, or probably the best support champions there are in the game. We have Theodosia here. Unfortunately, Theodosia is not booked. So that's why I didn't use her, but I used Galatier as he's booked. It's basically a no-brainer. He's one of the best champions for Chimera, especially when you're trying to target trials. Then I was looking at the damage dealers. I was trying to figure out if he has like something else than Ninja. I saw Ninja straight away, but really the best option here was to go with Ninja, as all the other nukers are not really suitable for, Chimera clan boss, especially if you're trying to complete trials. Acrisia was an option, but the thing is, you can just pair Mikage with Ninja and you have, you cover a lot of trials. And that's what I did. So I went with Galatier, Mikage, Ninja, then obviously Necmo. Necmo has also a 6-star blessing, which is absolutely amazing, right? The cruelty blessing helps a lot with the damage, for sure. Galatier has a 5-star blessing. Ninja has only a 3-star blessing, which is, kind of affecting the damage, obviously. Also, he's very slow, but, that's the best this account has to offer for Ninja in terms of 6-piece Merciless set. And yeah, in the end, it worked perfectly fine. But there's a lot of room for improvement, obviously. You can definitely get that speed up by like 20, 30, even more is better. The attack, is also good, but not top notch. And as well as the crit damage. So as I said, a lot of room for improvement stat-wise, but that will come with like better blessings and, farming more merciless pieces and so on. And yeah, accuracy is okay. We got 390, and what was really important was the Ireti Coronet on Ninja, which gives him another 30% more damage. This is really, really important. This gemstone right here, we have almost 400 accuracy, so he will get another 4% more damage from this little gemstone here, and then I'm stacking more accuracy. The more debuffs get resisted. As you saw, he has like 400 accuracy, and if I use the HP burn skill, sometimes it gets resisted because you kind of want to be at like 500 or close to 500 accuracy for Ultra Nightmare. And then the last champion that I fit in there was Lydia. I changed her blessing from Cruelty to Nature's Bounty, which is an absolute game changer. If you want to check out my video about that, how it affected my Chimera runs, it was really insane. And yeah, this just makes it so much easier to deal with the Ram form. And I also, this team also didn't need another Cruelty blessing, as we have, the 6-star Cruelty blessing on Necmo. But other than that, there are definitely other comps that are, viable on this account. He has Firil, right? Firil is a big one for Chimera. Siphi as well. Is what I'm using, right? Maybe not better than Galathier, but Siphi is a little bit different and enables other trials. So that's an option too. As I said, Theodosia, once she's booked, absolutely amazing. Fina, right? One of the best Chimera champions. So there is a lot of room for improvement and different types of teams and trials and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty amazing account. I really like the quality of the champions. Talking about the builds, so I put Galathier in a relentless set, try to get as fast as possible, 324 speed. Didn't really care about the other things. I tried to squeeze in resistance, obviously. Lady Mikage in a relentless set as well, and you kind of notice it already probably that I'm trying to get that relentless set on as many champions as possible because it just gives you extra turns, and extra turns mean more turn meter, especially with champions like Nekmotar and Galathier that boosts the turn meter every time he uses the A1. So a relentless set is really amazing, as well as for Nekmo. And Lady Mikage will always force Ninja to ally attack with her every time she gets an extra turn, unless you use the A2 to increase the debuffs and buffs. So that's also pushing the damage by a significant amount. I got 3 champions in Relentless in here. And once this account gets a couple of Purged Shadow Relics, which also give you extra turns, the damage will even be higher than what I did at the moment. Also, there's the Force Affinity right now on the Chimera, so Ninja is not really ideal, so the damage will be higher anyway. But yeah, it worked perfectly fine. Even though I wasn't really happy with the stats that I was getting here from the 6-piece Merciless set on Ninja, but it worked out, and that just proves how insanely good this champion is for Chimera, or just in general for boss fights. Lydia was in a 9-piece protection set, but I had to swap out some pieces for more accuracy. You definitely want to reach like close to 500 accuracy with Lydia. That's really important because her debuffs are fundamental for this team. You need to land the block active skills for the Viper to control her. Also for the trials, right? So you really want to have enough accuracy, and that's why I had to swap out some pieces. Ideally, you would want to have a 9-piece Feral set, so all her debuffs. Sometimes you place like 5 debuffs, so for each debuff, your allies deal 5% more damage, so that's another 20-25% more damage, which, is definitely noticeable. So yeah, the key was really, to get as many turns as possible, especially, with Galathier to boost the turn meter with the A1. This was really important and like a major factor why I was able to do the damage that I did. So Mikage gets more turns, Nekmo gets more turns, boosts the turn meter again, gets extra turns, and so on. So it was really like a pretty cool synergy between Nekmo and Galathier for boosting turn meter. And then we have Mikage and Ninja that will, put out a lot of damage, while Lydia is also maintaining buffs and debuffs. So that was kind of like, the key to this team. So for the ramp form, I made sure that Lady Mikage has the lowest crit damage. So she gets targeted and killed, and that is perfectly fine. Now I can, revive her with Galathier, and then I need to buff the increase accuracy with Lady Mikage, place all the debuffs for the one trial, and then just keep on completing those trials. One thing that I want to mention here is that Ninja's damage is actually so low that you can't kill him when you have the fear on the ramp form and the leech. He's just out healing his own damage, which is pretty cool. Here he got killed, but it didn't really matter that much. I was still able to complete like 3 trials, I believe. And to complete more trials on the ramp form and the Viper form, Ninja has to deal more damage actually, because he can't, for example, for one of the trials, you have to deal 750k damage with one skill, and then on the other trial on the Viper form, it was 800k, and he can't do it even with all the buffs and all the debuffs on the Ram form. yet, but you know, he's pretty close. So that's like another 2 or 3 or even 4 trials, depending on what trials come after that. But yeah, as I said, a lot of room for improvement. Then on the line form, I made Necmo have the highest defense, so he gets targeted with the Hunter's Gaze. I didn't want Galatier to be targeted because that's kind of risky, right? If Galatier dies, the whole team wipes. Basically, he's the only reviver, so I wanted to make sure that Galatier is never the target, you know, not from the Ram form and not from the Lion form. So here you can see the trial on the Viper form that needs us to do 800,000 damage with 1 skill while your champions are under increased attack and block debuffs, and Ninja was dealing like 600, 700k damage. So he was very close, you know, couple more upgrades and he will be able to do that as well. But yeah, in the end, 125 million almost damage, 2.22 billion clash points, 13 trials. Actually pretty good. I think the team he used before that was getting 4 trials, 1 key damage, but 4 trials. Now, you know, 13 trials. And yeah, pretty cool to see that. Obviously, he has some very nice champions and also blessings, which help a lot. But also, the artifacts are not really, you know, the best of the best. So there's a lot of room for improvement. And I was actually pretty surprised that this was achievable because, you know, to have champions is good, but that doesn't mean that you can just throw them in and you will instantly, you know, get the 1 key damage and get all the trials done as well. You know, you still need the artifacts, you still need to deal damage, you need, you know, there are a lot of factors. Obviously, champions, you know, the right champions make it easier, but so are the artifacts, right? The artifacts make it easier as well. And here you can see the rewards: 57 rare materials, 7 epic, 12 legendary, and 8 mythicals, and also got a basalt and gemstone. So yeah, in my opinion, this is a pretty solid team, very safe. And yeah, I'm kind of using something similar to this, right? It's basically the same concept, just with a different reviver. I don't have Galatier, I'm using Siphi instead. So yeah, this was definitely a team that I was, you know, kind of used to, and yeah, it worked out perfectly fine. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you are interested in account takeovers, you can join my Discord and just leave a message there or send me a DM. However you want to contact me, and we can go from there. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel and also hit the thumbs up. It really goes a long way. And yeah, see you in the next one.